Right now, I'm gonna teach you how to create a general ledger using the pivot table of the spreadsheets. So, okay. So now we will use this journal entry that we have discussed, all right, previously. All right. So instead of creating a general ledger manually, yes, let's do this automatically using the pivot table of the spreadsheet. All right. So to begin, put your mouse cursor here, all right, or anything or anywhere here in your spreadsheet. All right. So let's assume then click the insert tab, select pivot table, select from table range. All right. So if you can see here, these are the table range selected from here. Okay, for our general ledger. Okay, the source, and then new worksheet. Click OK. All right. So we have here another sheet. All right. So if you can see, this is sheet 2. However, we need to rename this as our general ledger. Okay. Now, so what we need to have here is the date. First, the date. Okay. Select the date. Okay. So we have here already the date. If you can see here, only a single date. All right. However, we need to reformat this one, all right, to have a better picture or a clear picture, okay, in order for us to have a better report, okay? So click your mouse here, then right-click, select ungroup, okay? Now, so since we have here the date, we need also the account. We don't need the description for this one, okay? We need to have the account. Select the account, okay. So if you can see, the date and the account are combined in this first row, okay? So we need to extract or we need to separate the date and the account, okay? So what we are going to do is put your mouse cursor here, then go to design, select report layout, show in tabular form. All right. So if you can see, the date and the account already separated. However, this is not the correct format that we are looking for or we need to prepare in order for us to have a better picture, okay, of the general ledger, all right? So select subtotals, okay? Do not show subtotals. If you can see, there's another changes happened again. Then select report layout, show in tabular form, all right? Sorry, show in, I repeat all items, repeat all labels, all right. So if you can see here, all the dates are already appeared based from the account that we have prepared. Okay, so let's do a little arrangement. All right, so this is a better. All right, so we have here the date. We have also the account. What we need to have is also the debit because we are looking here the sum of the debit. All right, so what you are going to do, click the debit. If you can see, the sum of the debit appeared here. However, again, we need to reformat this because this is not the correct format of sum of the debit that we are looking. Remember, guys, we are creating a general ledger. So, meaning to say, we need also to create, all right, a very good or a clear picture of this for us to have, okay, a better report, okay, a clear picture of our report so that we can present it nicely, presentable, and then it's easy for our client or accountant to understand, okay? So let's reformat the sum of the debit. What we are going to do is just click this arrow down on the sum of the debit side. Then select value field settings. Click number format. Select the number. Sorry for that. Yeah. So so for the decimal places, make it 0. Then you need to check this use of 1000 separators. Then hit okay, then okay again. So this is a very good format of the sum of the credit. If you can see, there is already changes happened. All right. Now, since we have here the sum of the debit, we need also to have the sum of credit. Okay, select the sum of the credit. If you can see, the format is not the same. So we need to reformat the sum of the credit using the same, okay, using the same um, functions that we used in getting the best picture of the sum of the debit. All right. Select value field settings, number format, number, make this 0, check this one. Okay, okay. Now, we have here a very good picture of the sum of debit at the same time the sum of credit. Now, since we have here the date, account, sum of debit, and sum of credit, we are also looking for the sum of balance. However, upon checking here, we cannot find any information pertaining to balance. Okay, so how we can create or how we can have the sum of balance since we cannot see here, right? So what we are going to do, since we used the FIBO table, just put or click your mouse cursor here, then go to pivot table analyze, select field items and sets, select calculated field. Here you go. If you can see, the name here is field 1. Replace it into balance, right? Balance. If you can see, there is a formula here. So, okay, in getting the balance, we need to have a formula. So what is the formula in getting the balance? All right, it's debit, insert field. Okay, select the, remove first the 0, then debit minus credit, insert, okay. So we have here the sum of balance. However, again, guys, this is not the correct format that we need to have in order for us, again, to present a clear picture of our ledger. All right. So let's do the same process. Okay. Go to sum of balance. Select value field settings again. Number format. So right now, in getting the sum of balance, instead of selecting the numbers, now select accounting. If you can see, there is a 0 decimal places here. And if you can see here under the on the symbol side, it has a $sign. All right. So click the arrow down, select none, then hit OK. OK. So this is the very good picture, okay, of the general ledger that we are looking for. If you can see, we have a cash here of 15 million something. Then our equity was deducted 15 million also. So the total equity or the equity, the owner's equity have already deducted 15 million also. All right. I mean, sorry. Yeah. Then let us check. Okay, guys, let us remember. Okay. Remember that the sum of debit and sum of credit is always balanced. Okay. Let us see. Let's take a look. All right. So if you can see here, 15,188,074, 15,188,074. So meaning to say the sum of debit and the sum of credit is equal. All right. Now, the sum of balance, okay, at the end of this, okay, the sum of balance is always 0. Okay, is always 0. Remember, okay, the sum of debit and the sum of credit is always balanced, okay, equal. However, the sum of balance, always remember that it must be 0. The grand total, it must be 0. Unlike, okay, unlike our sum of debit and sum of credit, the grand total is equal. However, sum of balance, it must be 0. Okay, if you can see any digits here, meaning to say there is an error in your journal entry. So if you can see any digits again, go back to your general entry, review all the transactions, review the account, review your debit side and your credit side. Okay, sometimes it happened because, human as we are not perfect in dealing with the numbers. Okay, so always double check your entry. If you can see any error, okay, do everything. Double check your most recent transactions, then make your way backward, okay, for you to have, you can easily locate, or you can easily find the error. Sometimes there is a transposed number, or there is a transactions with the same amount or the same number. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's confusing, and it can lead us to have an error. All right, so better check it carefully, and it's very critical. We are working with the numbers, and we must always maintain that the company's book is always balanced. All right, now, so we have here the date, account, sum of the debit, sum of the credit, and sum of the balance. Okay, so now we have already created a general ledger using the pivot table of the Microsoft Office spreadsheet. Okay, so instead of making your ledger, okay, manually, the pivot table of spreadsheet helps you to make it automated. Okay, so right now, we already created our general ledger using the pivot table, and I hope you learned a lot. And, you know, as always, practice, practice, practice in order for you to have a perfect, a perfect word. You cannot have it like in a night or in a day. Okay, as what I have told you, always practice, practice, practice. You need to develop first your skills so that you can provide a better and accurate, and of course, you know, um, an accurate results of your work. Okay, so guys, enjoy your day or enjoy your night, and see you in the next video that I can, teach you again on how to create a trial balance using the information that we have here in our general ledger automated again. Okay, you don't need to create your trial balance manually. Okay, I will show you on how to create it automatically. All right, so thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.